La, 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 la.
No. Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended, people. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
I'm Tom. I'm just precious old Tom, and I'm Jesse.
Doing quite well. Thank you very much.
I don't know if I've talked about it here. This lady at work, she's from the South. She's from Georgia.
No, you talked to me about it. I don't know if
her
you talked about
name's
it here.
Jan. She's just a nice lady. She sounds so sweet all the time.
Well, ain't you just a little honeysuckle, are you?
She's like, "Why don't you? Can you make some documentation on that, please, Jesse?" Jan, yeah, I'll do that. You're nice.
Off the phone. God damn, every fucking week I gotta ask that.
I actually just seen her on Friday at work. No, she's super nice to me.
Awesome.
But no, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
How about you?
Good. I'm doing good. Feeling good. Went golfing today, and that was fun. But I didn't tell you. I was telling Tom off the air. I went golfing, and lately, last time we went golfing, it was fun, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I felt good this time because it's one of those things when you golf and you have bad days, it's like, fuck golf. Mm-hmm. But then when you have those good hits or those good days, you're like, God, this is why I love golf.
Bringing you back. Yeah,
it is. It's a fucking toxic relationship. Golf is like a toxic relationship.
It'll beat you up and then it'll apologize.
I'm sorry. So come back, baby.
Yeah.
I missed you too. Yeah. So I went today and my front nine, I did okay, Mm-hmm. My back nine though. So I shot a 65. I'm not like a great golfer, by the way. I shot a 65 the front. The back nine, I shot a 51.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
No,
not at all.
Dude, I went from a 65 to a 51 and I was like I'd get close to like either parring a hole or even like
maybe a birdie.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'd like maybe miss a putt or I would just take forever to chip.
Well, the short chips are the hardest, I think. Like when you're super close to the green, but you can't putt. It's so easy to biff it. Like I think it's just your brain, it's like
I had one shot, I hit the drive and it was like nice. I was like, oh sweet. And then Nick's like, why don't you use, this iron? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna use my 5.
Yeah.
Because it's 18th hole. And I was like, boom, and you hear it. And Nick's like, damn, that thing that's going up on the hill. And it lands on the green.
Nice.
So I had 2 hits on the green. I was like, yeah. Finished with, it took me like three hits to get in.
That's all right, though.
That's all right.
That's all right. So from the tee, you hit it to the green?
No, from the tee, I hit a drive. And then from that drive where I landed, I hit it. The green. I hit it the green. Yeah, the second shot went on the green.
Nice.
And then from there, it took me a few more shots to get in the hole.
That's all right.
I was pretty far from the hole. I was this far from the hole if you looked on a map.
Yeah.
3 inches.
It was only this far away.
Yeah, it's only 3 micro penis sized away from the hole. No, I thought one guy hit a hole in one. I was like, dude, you're right next to it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's good. I get there, he's like fucking 15 feet away.
It can be really deceiving.
I was like, I think I need to go to the doctors and get my eyes checked. It looked from where I was, and then Nick from where I was, like, look, he's real far away, and I was like, but then when you get closer, Nick was actually closer, and the guy was further. I was like, what?
No, it's funny because like the depth, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes the ball's kind of here and the hole's here or whatever, and then you get closer and you see as the depth changes or whatever, like, oh wow, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, only the last 2-3 balls.
That's not bad.
Fucking amazing for me.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I lost 2 balls off a drive on the 10th, and I was like, fuck. So I dropped because I couldn't find them. And then I was like, I know they should because there's this hill because you shoot down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
And then there's a hill, and it was a straight
next
shot.
to the road, right?
Yeah, it's not sort of.
Yeah.
There's houses, and then it kind of like hills down.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And so I hit it straight pretty far, and it went over the hill, and it hit the hill and probably rolled down. Mm-hmm. Couldn't find anything, so I took a drop. But then I went back up, and I found one of my balls.
Oh, nice.
And then they're like, well, you can take your drop away since you found the ball.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure. All right.
Just hit it off the hill.
I already had... at that time, I already dropped and hit.
Oh, gotcha.
And so when I went back up, I was like, well, let me look. And I was like, I think there it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But yeah. How was your day?
My day was fantastic. I started with a 10K. Walked it. Yeah. Oh, shit, man.
That's good, though.
I have a relative that survived cancer. And it was the cancer walk. So in her honor, we were going to meet up with her and some other family members and do that walk. wore a pink tutu for it.
That's awesome.
I was decked out.
Did you think about doing the Ace Ventura thing though?
I did a little bit. It was hard not to, but out of respect, I didn't. But it was very difficult. At one time, I did a little dance.
Oh, that's cool.
But she couldn't go. And the end of the day, all that group couldn't go. Her husband ended up with COVID and just about died through the night. So,
oh man, is he okay?
He is now, thank God. But he has a disease that affects his. It affects adrenaline. Okay. I think it's called Atkins disease, and it affects like adrenaline, and then it also, or whatever. And it also screws with your immune system. Oh. So he's essentially immune compromised. I guess he was throwing up all night. It was bad. It was really bad. So they had to get him to the hospital in the morning. And luckily they were able to get him on whatever that med is now that they give people that speeds it up.
The one Trump took.
He's maybe. Yeah, it probably is. We get it now.
Yeah.
A year and a half later.
When he said, take it.
Yeah. So he's, I guess he's starting to do better. And it's supposed to speed that process up to get him through it faster.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So he's doing okay, but it was kind of scary because he is somebody that you don't really want to get sick. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's doing okay. And they were happy that we still went and did the walk. I was really happy because, I didn't run at all, but I walk at a pretty good click anyway. Yeah. I slowed it down to stay with the whole group.
Well, you're 6'10", so your stride's long.
It's a nice stride, but I don't get the steps. Blanca had 17,000 steps. When she was done, I had 15.
You got to think about this. Us short people walk more steps than you tall people. He's not 6'10". He's like 6'4".
Yeah,
same difference. Your strides, but little people. This is little people strides.
But every step I take, I have to move more weight farther. So
yeah, so your 2 steps are 4 to 5 steps.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially if I really push it out.
You're like, cool.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. Man, I tell you, by the end of the morning, my blood pressure was fantastic.
Yeah.
I felt great. We got to go eat breakfast. I didn't worry about what I was eating for breakfast. Yeah. Not that I would have worried anyway if I decided to go have breakfast, but still ate healthier options. Yeah. It was just all around a great morning.
Yeah.
And then went and got home, watched the football game.
Yeah, Niners, baby.
They deserve the win.
Although Trey Lance, it sounds like he's done for the season.
Yeah, that
he broke his foot or something. His
something
ankle
happened. I saw
sounds like he broke his
when
ankle.
It happened. I didn't hear exactly what the injury was, but I saw him get taken off the field, and so that's too bad. So he's out.
Yeah, it sounds like he's getting surgery. That's gonna pretty much the season's over.
That sucks.
So good thing we signed Garoppolo.
Yeah, right. He stuck around. Yeah. He did pretty well. And the thing that got me was Seattle. Seattle's, under restructuring right now and all that. And they're trying to build a team. So I don't really expect them to do so great this season.
Well,
but man,
Seattle, if they're smart, they'll lose purposely so they get a really good pick.
But it's not a lot of fun to watch.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's expected though.
There were a few moments where the momentum kind of shifted and it really felt like they could do something, but it almost every time turned over and was an interception. Even one in the end zone was like an interception and then they ran it back. One time we blocked a field goal
and ran it back,
got the ball and ran it all the way back.
That's cool.
That was awesome, but also somewhat luck. To a point, he happened to get the ball back in a position where they weren't there. I think, man to man, if somebody were close, I don't think it would have happened.
Yeah, cool thing about block punts or field goals is if you block one,
it's amazing. It doesn't happen.
It's cool. And then it's dude, if you get it, you're pretty much going to run it back.
Well, the fact, God, that thing got slammed and it bounced right into his hands. It was pretty perfect.
Trying to catch a bouncing football is
not
annoying.
Easy. Not easy. And that's the thing. I get why it's difficult.
It's
and was it Woods 99 on the Seahawks? He's a lineman.
I think so. I don't know.
Man, he played well. He actually did some work today. And they're good. They're good. We still have some good players.
You're rebuilding.
They're learning each other for one thing, which is fine.
Yeah.
And they obviously,
you got a new leader.
Russell Wilson was fantastic. Love the guy. Never will hate the guy.
Oh man, he's gotten hated.
He
got booed in Seattle when he came back.
Did he get booed initially? I didn't see the pregame.
He got
stuff.
booed, and then it sounds like someone posted today. So take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
but apparently Denver fans booed him today. Like he's in Denver.
Why?
And then I'm like, did Denver lose? And I look and they won. So I don't know what the fuck. So I don't know if that's true.
Gotta be fake.
Yeah, some guy that I like went to high school with had posted like, damn, even Denver was booing him.
Maybe he's just joking. Like,
I think it's funny like people are booing the guy when he like actually won you guys a couple Super Bowls or a Super Bowl. I know he cost the Super Bowl.
Well,
I hear he audibled that, but I don't.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I still think it should get.
I know that's a ton of pressure. It's like being the kicker, right? Like if you're the guy that has to kick the field goal and it's the winning field goal for like the whole game, right?
Can
like,
you imagine?
That's a lot of pressure on one guy. And amazingly, most of the time they do a fantastic job.
Have you ever tried kicking a fucking football?
Yeah,
it's hard as shit.
It doesn't work.
I know.
Like whatever magic they have in their twinkle toes, I don't know.
I can't. I can kick one, but it's not like it's great.
Yeah. No, and Russell was great. I mean, I will always love Russell Wilson, no matter what he does from now on. And I think he's got love for Seattle. I don't think there was any animosity on the team side.
I think he was just tired of probably managing
last week. The way that the guys all got together, like everybody that played with them, gave him high fives and hugged him, and all that kind of shit. And it was obvious that there was still respect there, and he led that team. I mean,
how many years?
Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson together really built that legacy that Seattle now has. I mean, there was 3 years that they went to the Super Bowl, or at least 2 years they went
for sure. I mean, Seattle was like that team you didn't want to play.
Yeah, I mean, and if they weren't going to the Super Bowl, they were at least getting into those, the end of the season and the playoffs, and it was just so much fun to watch. Freaking Marshawn Lynch,
it was terrible.
It was amazing. I loved it. Marshawn Lynch was so fucking funny and so fun. Did you ever see the video where he was talking about putting the team on your back? It was like, you got to put the team on your back, and they show just clip after clip of him. I don't even know how he did it. Like he would get tackled by 6 guys, and all of a sudden they go flying, and he's running.
Marshawn Lynch,
he was amazing.
Oh, he was good.
And that's funny, and seemed down to earth. Like
that's why you give him the ball at the goal line.
Yeah,
no one stopped at that time. Man, no one was stopping. I was so shocked when I see him throw it, and they intercept, and the Patriots intercepted. I was like, why didn't they? Like I was I didn't care who won that Super Bowl,
right?
But I was just like,
I wanted the Seahawks to win, but
obviously you're like, go Patriots.
My only thought is like where I can forgive him, like he needs my forgiveness. But
like, Russell, I forgive you.
I know Russell Wilson's type of guy. He beat himself up more than anybody else ever could.
I'm sure he did.
Like Pete Carroll couldn't have been more disappointed in that moment than he was of himself, and I think everybody knew that.
Russell Wilson.
So
Pete Carroll probably won it to him.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson
threw his thing.
I'm disappointed in you.
Why don't you just go with the play, man?
I'm so disappointed.
But he obviously thought in that split second that it was the right thing to do. He was a good enough quarterback and made enough strong plays that it's like, you can armchair it and be like, I never would have done that. But
you don't know
when you think about the amount of time they have to make that quick decision.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, guys are trying to tackle you from all sides.
Yeah.
You have a line that isn't always great at defending you. You have how many seconds or split seconds before you have someone's coming up from behind. And
granted, the throw was in the middle, and that's probably the worst place to throw on the goal line. But
he makes some gaffes. That's the thing is like there are moments where like
I hated when he would just throw the ball. You would think he would just throw it.
He'd do that little lob thing sometimes.
Like he's about to get tackled, and he would like just go.
It makes you so nervous.
And then all of a sudden it was like someone would catch it, like Lockett or someone would catch it. Ball
he had a couple guys that he could always count on. And I got to the point, it's like they just intuitively sort of knew.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really fun to watch. But I don't know. The new quarterback,
Geno Smith.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing okay. And I think he's going to learn the team and they're going to do some things. He had some good plays today.
Yeah.
My issue was he's going against the 49ers, who obviously are pretty good at defending.
Yeah.
And he threw some of those bombs, like the Hail Marys down the field.
Well, I mean, Geno Smith has a rep for certain things.
That's great. That's great to be able to do that. But when you're trying to, when you've turned the ball over 2 times already, don't do that. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like I know there was some time crunches where it was either do or die sort of, but
for sure.
But to turn it over right like that without even getting the ball further down the field to give him a worse starting position, there are just moments where it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
We're charging down the field, ready to at least make 1 point that's like legitimately a well played point, and then it gets turned over and they run it back.
God damn it!
It's just like, man,
I didn't watch it,
but I did. It was fun. I'm glad I watched it, and I wasn't surprised. Like I don't have high hopes or expectations this season. So
that's how I feel about my Niners. Like I know they have a good team, but like offensively, we don't have like the best quarterback. Like he'll get us there, but he's not,
right.
He's all right. Just
like Geno Smith has changed a little bit.
Geno Smith and I think Garoppolo to me I feel like they're kind of like the same quarterback.
Geno Smith he's been like the second quarterback for 4 teams now,
something like that. I think he was
and he's played. Yeah, I think he was, and he's played for Seattle now since 2019. So however long.
Yeah.
What year are we in?
You never seen him play because Russell.
Yeah, well, remember last season there was one game where Russell like broke his thumb or whatever the hell happened to him or sprained it. No, so he had a hand injury and he made some plays that game that were okay.
You need a quarterback coming
but it's not consistent yet. Yeah. I mean, it's like I think unless you played a lot with your guys, like they don't have just the intuitive.
You get that rapport with the players.
Yeah,
and
so
like when you play football, like you start to learn certain players or. If someone's going to cut and where they're going to be.
Yeah.
He'll learn that shit.
One guy that I used to hate on because of just the nature of everything, and it was just easy to hate him, but I love the fucking guy now. Guess how I'm going to say?
Tom Brady.
You fucking got it, and you nailed it.
I think people hate Tom Brady because he's good.
He's so good.
I know we've talked about that before.
There used to be the debate, is it him or is it the coach? And
we know
he left and he went to the Buccaneers. And he made the Buccaneers.
Patriots ain't doing so hot. Well, Belichick's a good coach.
Great coach. Don't get me wrong. But obviously, like the magic was in Tom Brady. And I've heard that Tom Brady's also the type of guy, Russell Wilson's the same type of guy. The first one there, last one to leave. Like work ethic like crazy. Yeah. Michael Jordan was the same way in basketball, right?
Kobe
Bryant, same thing.
Dude, I've heard so many cool
So these
Kobe
guys
stories.
are like hardcore work ethic guys that are going to be there all the time.
Yeah.
But I've heard Tom Brady even takes less pay.
Yeah.
So that there's more money to go around, which then results in a better overall team that can give him more time to be a good quarterback.
Well, if you want to win, you want to build a team around you.
That's right. But for him to be the guy to actually stand up and say, you know what, my money's enough. I would rather get more wins, which if you think about it is such a smart strategy just business wise, because every playoff game it's more money. A Super Bowl is more money.
Dude, you know what they should do is like, you won't get paid unless you do this.
Unless you perform, like performance-based pay.
Yeah. Tell me if you. I think games would be so much cooler. Like it would be more like a college thing because college players, they got to play. We're like, I'm trying to make the pros. Every college player's their goal is to make the pros.
That motive is there, right?
You want to go. Like college players are getting paid now.
Imagine if you couldn't pay your mortgage. I do know that now.
Yeah, now they get paid.
I still don't know how I feel about all of it. Some of it, I think,
it's so commercialized.
See, that's the thing.
Video
don't get me
games.
started on college sports. I should, because I'm the type of guy like you can't ask me any real questions about football because I like watching it now. I really enjoy it, and I know about 5 guys. I don't know shit about the history of the game.
Yeah,
I'm not schooled in football.
So football to you is like politics to me.
Sure,
I don't know shit about politics. So when politics comes, sometimes I get glassy. I get that glazed.
I spent too much time caring about politics, so now I just try not to. See, football's fun, though.
Football's fun. Politics is annoying.
Can be fun, but it's really a pain in the ass because, there's not... Anyway, we won't get into that. But
kind of. And I'm not getting into politics, but like the
game of it.
Stupid.
I actually was thinking today, like, I'm surprised the network, I'm glad they haven't, but I'm surprised the network hasn't done a show like, what's that show on ESPN? Who
30 for
Pardon
30?
my take.
My
take, where they just like bullshit with each other about this sport. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about.
God
Clearly, his stats
Skip
are so
Bayless
great.
And shit.
Right now, I think, the people of this country, the voting record, you look down the line and they're saying this guy's going to win. Nah, that's bullshit. I watched them last week.
The South is straight up winning the Republican vote every year, and they got it rigged.
And here's my idea. Let's say my take. I got, where they're like,
and you get annoyed with them.
Throw out stats. They throw out the politician on the screen. It's all,
Ted Cruz from Texas has 36% of the Mexican vote.
And here we go. Here we got this guy last week. Performance off the charts. Look at what he did last week. Look at this rally. Check out the clip. They get the music playing and.
Yeah, and then someone else is like, "No, Ted Cruz is a lying piece of shit." Yeah. Play the clip.
No,
I love veterans.
News.
I love veterans. And then Ted Cruz is like, I don't want to vote for the veterans.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like some stupid shit like that.
Okay, here's the funniest thing. Like, I hate Ted Cruz. I'm not gonna.
I know. That's why I was using it.
Doesn't even fucking matter. I gotta go into this for just a split second.
Teddy Cruz.
I was just watching something the other day where they're talking about when Trump like beat him.
Yeah.
So.
I could beat him.
Also,
and I suck at talking.
Ted Cruz stole Illinois or something, some one of those states from him. That was like his first, he stole the election thing. So Ted Cruz ended up like his target. So he called his wife ugly and basically said his dad assassinated John F. Kennedy. Ted Cruz is so pissed. He was out there saying like, this guy has no character. He has no integrity. We cannot support him. He will destroy our party and our country. That's like his words back then. As soon as he started losing elections, because then the Republican base wouldn't support him, boom. Can I kiss your ass, Mr. President? It was insane.
Well, no, it's
the integrity in politics is just on both. Don't get me wrong. I hate Ted Cruz because he's a fucking weasel.
But shit anyway.
Yeah,
it's all politics.
That's the thing. It's all politics.
It's all politics,
and even in sports sometimes.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's all politics.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. But I mean, speaking of politics, something I wanted to get into. Not too deep.
Social politics. Yes.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm older. I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
And I grew up at the time when Little Mermaid was this little white character, right?
Yeah.
It's a fucking mermaid for one, but whatever.
A whole new world.
Yeah,
is that it? No, that's
Mermaid.
Aladdin. That's Aladdin.
Oh, yeah, that's Aladdin.
That's a Jasmine, I should say.
Look at this place. Isn't it neat? Would you think my collection's complete?
Right.
That's. Don't make me sing that whole song. Yeah, I know that. I know that song verbatim.
Yeah,
and I'll admit it. I was gonna say I don't like to admit it, but I'm literally admitting
Under the Sea, Sebastian. I fucking love that song.
Sebastian's.
Under the sea.
Dude, his songs are just.
Oh yeah,
those are money.
Oh yeah.
Kiss the girl. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There you found
dude.
Underneath the blue lagoon.
I love.
Yeah.
Sebastian's probably one of my favorite characters. So I hope they in the live action they have a Sebastian. I'll be. So I don't. So this is my take. This is the thing.
I guarantee in the live, Sebastian's going to be computer animated. But
I don't care if he is like. Melissa McCarthy's not going to be purple. I don't know if she is or she
Melissa
will be.
McCarthy's playing Ursula.
Yeah.
No, they need to get La Fiore.
Hey, Daniel
La Fiore to be Ursula. I really think Disney should consider it.
He is so funny.
Maybe they'll have to clean up the song a little bit.
I wanted to sing that song. What was it? This thick clip. Anyway. That song is so funny.
I don't know. That'd be great. Anyway, your point. Your point.
So there's this whole thing because now Ariel is, she's African American or whatever, and I know there's a big debate. And this is what cracks me up. Obviously, a lot of people are closed-minded nowadays, and I understand that.
People are really heated.
People are stuck in their bubble, right? They're stuck in this world where things are what it was. And the things I'm seeing is like, my childhood's ruined, right? Which is retarded.
Nostalgia thing, yeah.
Well, I think the thing I started thinking about is like, okay, yeah, I know that's how it was then. Yeah. And they're not making it a race thing. People are making it a race thing.
Right.
And some people are making it a nostalgia thing. Like, no, if you're doing a remake, it needs to be identical. Which,
look, I can understand being disappointed on some levels of things. Yeah. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But nostalgia is a strong feeling. And seeing something from your childhood elicits a lot of feelings.
So I can't say everyone who's disappointed is racist.
Sure.
Because I think
maybe they didn't like the story or something.
I don't think that's fair to say, hey, you're racist because this. And I can see why people say it because everything's racist now, right? But I think it's just like, you got to understand, like, it's a different world we live in than when we lived in there like 25, 30 years ago.
Complaint is that Ariel's black.
Yeah.
She's a little bit racist.
A little racist.
I mean, like, just a little bit
Well,
racist.
you got to understand, we're in a different world now. Like, so it's going to be different.
Well, and wasn't it, where were they supposed to be? Like, where was this ocean?
Like, I don't know.
Because, the Caribbean crab has a Jamaican accent.
Well, it's Caribbean / like European, right? I don't know.
She be darker?
I'm not saying
maybe
anything.
not black, but darker, right?
Hey, I'm not saying they made Jesus white, but I'm just saying.
Everybody knows
they made Jesus white.
Jesus was Middle Eastern, okay? He wasn't from Utah, okay?
Jesus was as dark as I am, if not darker, right? Yeah. Anyway,
Satan was as white.
I don't want to get into that.
Anyway, I know what you mean.
But my point is like, people need to understand that this is a different society we live in, and regardless if she's black, white, purple, green, blue, this is a whole different era. Like, it's a different take than it was. It's not ruining your childhood. If you're making that ruin your childhood, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But our kids are looking forward to this because it's a live action era. Who cares if she's fucking she's a mermaid for one. She's a fish.
I'll tell you one thing that will ruin your childhood. Watch Pinocchio and then see the whale become a sea monster. That makes me mad. And that movie was okay. I like that movie, but
you know what?
It didn't need to be.
Well, no.
Unless they're afraid the people are going to go out and kill like real whales over it. But.
So when I watched Pinocchio.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch the new one.
Oh, okay.
You told me about the monster, which is annoying because when I watched Pinocchio as a kid, I thought it would be so cool to
get eaten by a whale.
Tell me that would be dope.
Inside the whale, that's nothing but a big open cavity.
Yeah. So
no, I will give them this.
Technically, you can't get eaten by a whale because I guess their like throats are actually very small.
I don't know. Sell that to the guy in the kayak.
No, so he didn't actually get eaten by.
No, but
they say the whales like. Throat's actually only so big. A kayak couldn't even go in a well. But anyway,
well, they
not
actually,
to get technical or literal.
Truly, technically, they literally have an esophagus, a stomach.
The stomach acid would have torn his ass.
It's not really an open cavernous space. I will say though,
but I wanted to get eaten by a whale because I thought it'd be dope.
Oh, it'd be cool to be stuck in there and then to like make it sneeze and then get blown out.
Light a match or something,
right? Yeah, I'm a lost boy now or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I am talking often this evening in the New York accent. I don't know, but
no. So that was cool. But like Little Mermaid, it's a live action, which I'm looking forward to because I grew up on Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at it like boo hoo, right? Like, oh my God. Like, I think the girl's going to probably do amazing because I think she sings and she's actually a really good singer. She has like an amazing voice.
If you get cast for a role like that.
Yeah. And she's beautiful. And so she's going to make a great Ariel. I'm 100% sure.
Is Poseidon then?
Poseidon's going to be, no, he's played by, who's the guy from Old Country from New Man?
Oh,
the killer. You know,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Javier
Del Toro or whatever.
No, not Benicio del Toro.
No,
I don't. It could be, but I thought it was Javier.
I'm trying to remember what his freaking name is. You're talking the guy with like the bad haircut that goes around and shoots people with the. No. Wrong
he
movie.
Didn't shoot people.
Wrong movie. Hold on. No Country for Old Men.
He had the fucking thing that kills the cows.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
It's an air gun or some shit.
Yeah. It's got the CO2 cartridges and stuff.
Yeah, he's walking around with a fucking not even CO2.
And he just puts it up to their head and they're like, "What?" And then he does it and then kills them.
Dude,
that's the guy I'm thinking of.
I think that's it. I think so.
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna do this,
anyway.
Guys. Hey Google, who plays Triton in the new Little Mermaid?
Is it Triton?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Poseidon.
No. Yeah, Javier Bardem.
Oh, okay.
Is Ariel's father.
Totally wrong with the name.
But she's it's not like, I mean, she's mixed.
My thing is kids.
It's going to be a great show, and I think people need to watch it. I think people need to start getting out of their ass, and people need to realize times are different.
Yeah.
Everything's... Don't live in that bubble that you grew up in, right? You need to grow as a person. You need to realize you need to come outside of that mindset and come outside of your bubble and realize, like this is the society today. Like things are different. We're open-minded. We want society to grow, and we want like other people to have opportunities. And it's a cartoon that is becoming live action.
Let's be real. Like the Little Mermaid, nobody knew that story until like the 80s when they first made it, right?
Dude, so, and she's in the Caribbeans, bruh.
Yeah.
Like you just said, like, I don't know if, I don't know. Either way.
Somewhere, Spain, wherever. But
if they don't have Sebastian in it, I will be mad.
Well, I would implore adults to stop thinking about their
I want to take my kids to see that shit.
I just want people to stop thinking about their childhood because, yes, like I have very fond memories of my childhood memories and all that. But there are kids today, and kids need positive role models that look like them and that they can identify with.
Well, and that's a good point you bring up, right?
Kids need more.
You got to realize now,
exposure
to kids today might not know who the Little Mermaid is.
I guarantee you, it's not 5-year-olds saying, "Oh, she's black."
No, I think there's little kids like, "Oh my God, Little Mermaid, I love her."
Yeah,
I love her. I can't wait. No, it is adults.
First grade,
it's all adults,
lower, if not even a little older,
dude.
That's not even.
It's adults my age, your age, that are bitching like, "Oh my God!" Like,
now, is this one of those things?
Get over yourself.
There's like a handful of people, and then they're blowing it up to this big story.
Of course,
it feels like a big deal because my hope is it's a small group.
Well,
of people
I've seen a story where it says
really
like there's all these dislikes on Facebook, or on YouTube. But when you go to YouTube, you don't see the dislikes.
Well, good. I hope that's the case.
But it's like, dude, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I think I love all these little live action movies that come out that are like the cartoons I love.
Right. Now, is this one going to theater?
Theater / it'll probably get released on Disney
Plus. Gotcha.
But I want to see it.
Yeah.
Right. And I think the live actions are awesome. I will say some of the live actions, like Lion King, I was a little disappointed in.
I'm trying to remember.
The Lion King live action was, I think it was that one. I think they released it.
Well, I know that.
I'm like, I hated it, but then people are gonna be like, that movie's never come out.
Well, there was a new version
Aladdin
that was not live action, but it was like computers.
Yeah,
I think, or maybe
Aladdin. That was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
They did change some story elements that were kind of.
That's weird, what I don't like. Don't change the story.
Yeah, but
much,
I mean,
but you have to, I guess.
Yeah,
because you can't do so much.
Well,
when it's
what are you going to do without Robin Williams?
Well, no. So I think the thing people need to realize, a cartoon you can do a lot. Right. You can do so much with a cartoon, but when you switch to live like a live action, it
changes some of the dynamics.
I'm going to use this as an example. I'm a huge Batman fan, right? The movie Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
It was a cool movie. A lot of people didn't like it.
I did not understand it at all. I had no idea what was going on.
The thing is, the comic was a Frank Miller comic, and it was like Batman versus Superman in a sense, and basically Batman he knows how to beat everybody because he preps for that shit. That's what makes Batman so fucking awesome, right? Because he preps and he knows how to do that. So the comic was great, and so when you watch the animation of that, which that's kind of based on, right? It's just as great as a comic because they can take that and make it a cartoon.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But you can't do that when you go real people, right?
Real places, yeah.
So the story was different,
right?
And so there was elements of that I was disappointed in because I've read the comic and I watched the anime of it, and it was totally different, and they could have made it better,
right?
And so that's where my gripe comes from. Like when they do these live actions, I know they got to do some adaptations,
right?
But sometimes
there are elements that should stay true.
There's elements of the story that you need to keep to make people understand, because there was people like you just said, like, I didn't understand something.
I never read the comics.
So
so it made no sense.
There was a line. I remember I went to the theater and there was a line that Batman says in the comic that's dope, right? And that doesn't happen in the movie, and it disappoints me kind of
because it was such a critical moment.
It was so cool, right? Yeah. And he actually had help from like the Green Arrow in the comics, but in the movie, none of that happens. Like there's certain things in the movie that they took from the comics, but obviously it's a different someone else's story,
right?
Zack Snyder's. But there was a line where Batman's like, just know, you'll know now, like, I was able to fucking make you bleed, and I was able to, like, I put you in your, like, pretty much I put you in your place. I fucking punked you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll always fucking remember that for the rest of your life. Yeah. And Batman's old in the comic. He's old. He's an older Bruce Wayne, which they kind of do. And so I don't know. So that's what I would be disappointed in, like Little Mermaid or any of those live actions when they adapt, the thing is like, just kind of keep the story similar
the original
to a point.
Story.
But I know, and I need people to understand this. I know that they can't. You need to realize they can't do that exactly because
it's not going to be a carbon copy.
You can't do that because obviously it's different. Like, it just feels different when it's a cartoon.
If it's versus the exact same thing, is it worth doing?
No, it's cool to see the story. Like, all of a sudden, you see why Ariel's, doing what she's doing, or like why she's a single, like her daddy's raising her, just like any Disney movie. If you guys ever watch Disney, it's always a single parent. Just throwing that out there.
True.
Just watch a lot of movies, you'll see it.
And
so it'll be cool if they see like backstories of that. I would love that. But there's certain elements out there.
Though is
Sebastian better be in it. That's all I'm saying. Flounder and Sebastian better be in that shit.
Race has actually
I don't care about her race
do with the story. Like, nothing at all.
She's a fucking mermaid.
So whether
she's
it's
a mermaid, that's her
white
race.
Actress or a black actress or whatever. Because I do have issues in Hollywood when they're like, nobody can play anybody else. Where it's like, we got to that point where people were like, if you're not truly disabled, you shouldn't play a disabled person. If you're not this, you shouldn't play that.
Yeah, that's different.
That's the kind of stuff where it's like, okay, that's what acting is. Acting is portraying something that you're not.
Well, what's the guy from Breaking Bad?
Respect. Which one? Bryan Cranston?
Yeah, Bryan Cranston played a paraplegic. And,
the movie with
Upside
Kevin
Down,
Hart.
I think it was called.
Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah,
did a really good job.
Right,
but people
hated on it because he wasn't.
They wanted to get someone who's really quadriplegic.
How many quadriplegic actors are there? And that's nothing against that group.
No, there isn't. That's exactly the point.
He's an actor and a great actor, and
he's a very good actor.
And if done with respect and integrity, it shouldn't be a concern.
Well, and I think the thing people need to realize is before you jump to conclusions, you need to see how people who maybe the story's about reacted to that, right? Yeah. So if the person that typically
it's not the actual group.
So if the person that like is like, dude, they did the story about he did an amazing job, like, because you'll get that, right? They'll be like, oh my god, I was awesome, because they'll bring that person in, like have them look at it and be like, oh, dude, you did awesome.
Right?
They don't complain because to them that was like, you portrayed me very well, like you did me justice, you showed this or whatever.
Right.
But then you get these Karens or whatever people call them today.
You just
get these bitchy ass people,
online trolls that have nothing better to do.
They're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
but
isn't it funny though? Like that's the pressure.
What annoys
but then
me.
On this side, it's like, but Ariel can't be black. Well, why?
That's the point.
It doesn't have any. It doesn't make any difference in the story if she's white or black or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I know people will bring up like, well, what if this is what? Oh my god, this is what annoyed me. I seen this meme and it really annoyed me because
somebody that has a problem with it.
Well, no, there's a lot of people that have a problem with it, right? So that to me shows racism in a sense, right?
I think it does. Yeah.
What made me annoyed is when people were like, well, what if? And it was like Matthew McConaughey was playing Martin Luther King. I'm like, well, he's a historic figure. That's a little different than a fucking cartoon.
Fucking Little Mermaid.
It's a fucking fish.
Like, to our knowledge, Little Mermaid's not a real person.
A fake fish, for one. She's not a historic figure is another thing.
Right.
Like that's two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Right.
Like, don't compare those two. That's
right.
That's apples and oranges, right?
It truly is.
It is. It's not like apples like Granny Smith's and fucking red apples or something.
Exactly.
So that made me laugh because I was like, you're not getting the point.
Right.
Like that's not you can't say that because it's not exactly it. That's like, no.
Well,
like actually,
I do understand how annoying certain things can be.
Yeah.
I know modern culture can be a little overwhelming sometimes. And sometimes I think it's easy to feel like people are just not going to like me no matter what I do.
Yeah.
But people need to take a breath and step back from that and think a little bit and realize not everything is the same back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Why were they allowed to show African Americans in Hamilton portraying the old white presidents. Well, the whole point was,
yeah, exactly.
It's allowing other people to have the experience of the founding of our country. And like, there's just like, there was racism that existed back then.
Oh, hard.
Bad.
Super
Like, you think
hard
today's bad. It was pretty bad back then. Like, there's a lot of
was
reasons
that slavery
where you
bad?
should be able to look at some of these things and go, it's not the same. Again,
was that Hamilton the guy that did the fucking
the bitch slap? No.
With the
he like shot
glove.
the guy.
Yeah. They had the
duel and he killed the guy. And,
Drunk history. Watch it.
Yeah, right.
So great.
But it's like,
to your point,
it's not the same. It's not the same as a white guy being cast as Dr. Martin Luther King.
No,
the representation has been different throughout history.
Yes,
the power structure has been different throughout history, and those are the types of things that people just need to take a deep breath and maybe disassociate personally from it a little bit.
That's all you got to do.
It's become way too personal.
Well,
and I've had moments, I will admit, that I have let things get too personal with me and had to take a second look and be like,
well, of course,
chill out. Like,
I think you're lying to yourself if I think everyone's had those moments where they feel
people's honest mind.
I don't care who you are, black, white, Asian, if fucking a tree or whatever. You're gonna have those moments.
If you're over a certain age, you grew up in a different time where things were just different. I still find things funny that are not appropriate anymore.
Well, you get closed-minded to things as you get when you're older, because obviously we lived in it. That's the thing. What people need to understand: we lived in a different time,
right?
Obviously, like, people are closed-minded and they're just like stuck in their bubble. Kind of pretty much what you're saying is like everyone's just here. This is my world. Is this little fucking ball, when really there's a lot more to it. And I mean, you're expanding people. Like, people are having opportunities. Like, there's just so much. I was just saying this today when I went golfing. We live in a different world than we did when we were younger.
We live in a different world than we did 5 years ago.
Because, something got brought up and I was like, it's just a different world now. You're like, things are different than they were when we were younger.
Right.
And that's just something you either need to, accept it. I was going to say expect it. Expect
it because it's
just accept it, because that's just the world today. We're just accepting of other people. Like, be accepting of people. Just be a good person.
Well, what I don't understand is why not?
Well, I mean, what are you losing? Well,
here's the thing.
How are you going to how much energy does it take to hate something when in reality, like, I don't want to spend my energy hating on another person or hating on this or hating on that, because that's so much energy and shit out of me where it's like, I'm happy for
You're
that.
You're hurting yourself. And
like, this is awesome. Like, I think you look forward to things and things are going to be different. And I mean, it's cool. Like, whatever, who gives a fuck?
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really, if you want to be happy,
you
can't hate other people.
You can't, because you're hating yourself.
And I know it's hard because, like, sometimes, like,
and I can't,
there's a driver that cuts me off or whatever. I have bad reactions to that stuff. It really annoys me. But Blanca always gets super annoyed with me. She's like, "Why do you get so upset?" Like, well, no, I know she's right.
I get you. So I'm a very calm driver to a point.
I'm calm. I don't like go nuts. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
But for the most part, like, I'm pretty good. I'm not good at like honking. Like, Alicia is the opposite.
I just yell at him and go like, "God damn, why you believe that?"
Alicia is that way too. I'm the more like, whatever. I don't care, whatever. And sometimes there is those moments where I'm like, God damn it.
Right.
Like, I don't know if I told this story. So we're me and Elise here in Seattle, right? And I was like, hey, I want to take you to where I used to live, like, and how, like, the walk I had home, because, like, the kids always complain, like, I gotta walk up our hill. Literally, the walk from the bottom of the hill to my house is what? I can't even say like a half mile. It's less than that.
No, it's
a quarter.
Far less than that.
Quarter mile,
at
maybe.
Most. Yeah.
And so it's nothing. Like, I've had my daughter like, hey, can you pick me up at the bottom of the hill? And I did it because she had to go pee. So I get that.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, that's a lot of hill for if you.
That's a big. It's a steepish. It's a steep hill.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was telling my wife, like, no, this is the bus. You should drop me right here. And I had to walk home. She's like, you'd walk over this freeway? I'm like, oh yeah. This road too? I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, This is how I'd walk home. Like when people say, I walked home uphill both ways.
You literally walked up.
I literally would walk uphill home. Like the way to home was uphill 4 miles, right? It was about 4 miles, I think, when I averaged it. Anyway, where I was getting at is a lady got mad because a car cut me off. And I was like, God damn it. And so then I cut a lady off and I didn't see her. And I felt bad. Like, yeah, right. They honked and they actually pulled up next to me. And I was like, instead of doing the thing where you're just like looking away, like, oh, damn, look at. Yeah. Oh, God, there's lint on my ceiling. You know? Yeah. I rolled my window down and her son, he had his window down. And I looked at him. I was like, my bad. I didn't see you. I'm sorry. You're like, that's my fault. Like, I didn't see you guys. You know, like, that's my fault. Sorry. Yeah. And then the girl that was driving, I didn't see her. She's like, I have a baby. I'm pregnant. And she's screaming. And you see her son.
I already said I'm sorry.
Yeah. Her son is like, and he rolls the window up like, he's embarrassed, right?
This guy already apologized, Ma.
Yeah. So what does this lady do? Because she's angry. What do you do when you're angry? You speed off. What does she do being a pregnant woman? She skirted off so hard and drove and like cut off people. Like, I was like, but you're pregnant. You were just bitching as you're pregnant.
She just wanted to be angry.
She was just angry.
That's
and like,
it. Yeah.
So like, you know, and I get that because, you know, like, yes, I cut you off and, you know,
but typically when somebody says, hey, my bad.
Like
I'm really sorry.
I did cut you off, and I'm so sorry. Like I said that. I looked at him and I said, "Hey, I'm sorry. That's my bad." She just was
destined to be upset no matter what.
And then I was like, "Whatever." Me and my wife had a good laugh because we're like, "Damn, she fucking scared off so hard." Yeah, dude, bro.
Losing it on the road.
It was so funny, but it was. I mean, it was a cool, you know. And I got to show where I grew up, and you know. And,
what part of Seattle did you grow up in?
It was called Skyway, so I was really close to like Rainier Beach High School.
Yeah, okay, I know the area. Yep, I know it well.
I was, in the hood, I guess.
Yeah, and a little bit of a rougher neighborhood.
Yeah, and so that's just where I grew up, and you know, the cool thing, like my mom, even though like my childhood wasn't like the most best childhood, but I don't ever look at it that way. My mom was like, she didn't want me to go to that school because it was a rougher school, and she just didn't want me to go there for whatever
influences
reason.
Or whatever.
Yeah. It was whatever. So she sent me to like Tequila, which was out of district. And so that's the reason I'd have to walk so far.
Yeah.
And
to
so
get to
the reason I became a good runner because
you had to run to catch the bus.
No, I would run home from school.
Oh,
because my mom would be like, wouldn't come pick me up or something.
Now, how far of a walk would you estimate that was?
Oh, home?
Yeah.
What did you run today?
6 miles.
There you go.
6.2.
Yeah, I was running probably 6 miles to 7 miles
through the rougher neighborhood.
Oh, I mean, from my school home.
You didn't ride the bus at all? They didn't take you to a certain point and then drop.
Well, no. So if I had like track practice or cross country or football practice, and my mom didn't pick me up, I was going home on foot.
Oh yeah.
So I was going about 7 miles home. So I'd run through the neighborhood, and I never. So to this day, like it never worried me I never looked at my neighborhood like, oh my God, this is a rough neighborhood. It's my neighborhood. I loved it.
It's not, I don't mean to overstate.
No. When people see it, people will be like, oh my God, you live around here? Yeah. But for me, it was just like, this is where I live. And oh my God, dude, that house looked different. Like I drove down to where the actual house I lived at. And my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, no, this is where I live. She's like, babe, you got to turn around. I'm like, no, I'm just showing you.
This is a crack house.
Yeah. I don't know.
How did Seattle look when you were there? Because it got pretty rough there for a while.
It looks clean.
That's what I heard.
They've actually been cleaning it up.
I've heard that they've been really cleaning it up.
So has Portland, actually.
Yeah.
Portland. And
I think it ran
it was bad. It was the point. So people don't understand, get it. So we're from, I was living in Seattle, which is the, metro area. And so Seattle and Portland, pretty much the same.
Right.
City.
Seattle's larger, but it's still, Portland's pretty good size too.
But I don't know. I feel like they're the same type of people.
They are. Yeah.
Right.
They're socially liberal.
Yeah. Both cities had a lot of homeless people living
they were kind of meccas for people.
Yeah, there would be actually homeless little towns, I guess. Like off the freeway, you'd see all these tents and stuff, and it was just really dirty looking.
Well, and sadly, it was a lot of people with drug problems, alcohol problems that
So Seattle and Portland actually started cleaning that up. So like you don't see it as much anymore,
right?
Which it was cool. Like, and it, there is things you can do to help, those people. Because I don't think drugs need to be treated as like a criminal thing. Right. I think it's more of a mental.
I just think the problem was
issue.
Their policies decriminalized.
I think they were too less.
There was no help. I mean, it just was literally you let people live and they die.
You can do whatever you want. We weren't going to do nothing. Right. So like you would the streets were flooded with junk and garbage and feces, like you name it. Like it wasn't that great. So it was bad. Like, I mean, I remember I was in Portland and where me and my kids and my wife were walking from this Cinco de Mayo thing down in Portland, and we're coming up the street to go back to the car. And as I'm walking up the street, I'm kind of a little ahead of them. Not because I was like angry or being an asshole. I was just up ahead because I like making sure things are okay. And as I walk up, good thing, because all of a sudden someone comes out and they start taking a shit right there on the sidewalk. I'm like, kids, stay right there.
Yeah.
I don't want you to see that,
There's just some
and I don't mean that. And I'm not trying to be, I know people have hard times and hardships happen, but like,
this does go back to the concept of mental health and how our country does not deal with it. This isn't trying to villainize the people that are in need.
They're turning a cheek to it.
But it's the fact that whether it's the right or the left, their viewpoint on this has been, don't actually solve the problem. Just either condone it or refuse to pay for it. One or the other. Mm-hmm. And both sides need to stop their shit and deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember when I moved to the Spokane area to go to college, my girlfriend at the time was in a college in Spokane, and we had met up because my college was like 20 minutes outside of Spokane.
Yeah. Eastern.
And Spokane's nice. Like, it's a nice city, but they definitely have a homeless issue too. They always have. Like, that's always been kind of a consistent
when I was in track and field, we went to state, and it was actually at EWU.
Okay. Yeah.
And we stayed in the Howard Johnson, the Hojo.
Oh yeah.
By Dick's somewhere right there. And if you guys ever in Seattle area or Spokane, go to Dick's. Yes. Fucking delicious ass burgers.
Dick's, they have a rooster on their sign.
Yeah, Dick's. But if you ever feel like Dick, go there, and the burgers are bomb.
This is very good.
No, anyway, go ahead.
But we were walking through the park, Riverfront Park. It's a nice park.
Nice park. Is that the one where that big ass clock is and shit?
Downtown Spokane, right by the Spokane River. Very pretty place. So we're walking and hanging out, and this guy's walking towards us, clearly homeless, clearly not well, like staring right at us. So I'm kind of watching as we're going, and we get close, and he like jumps at my girlfriend to kiss her. And so she runs around the other side of me. Gadoosh. And I turn around. I was so like angry and like dumbfounded. I go, thank you. And he gave like the dead stare at us. Like he was just staring at us. I mean,
like staring through you.
He was high as a kite. I mean, like, it was the weirdest thing. And then we were obviously took off. I was just like, let's get the fuck out of here. But it's like, that's the kind of thing. Like, sadly, the guy had, whether it be drug related or not, he had serious mental health problems. He needed something. And so nothing changed. He just lived on the streets, and that was that. So
the crazy thing is too, is like, and I think most people would have done, not most people would have done this, but there's people out there, if someone did that, homeless or not,
right.
Mental health or not, like, I mean, if you get hit, like, I mean, if you found out like he did that and you punched him and you're like, oh fuck, would you, I'd have felt bad. Obviously.
I never would. My brain always thinks through it first.
Yeah. I don't think I would have
gut reaction thing, but no, I mean, it's like, if you did, you'd go to jail.
Yeah.
There's really no reason to have to hit him. He didn't do anything after that. He just stood there. So,
It's very sad, though, when people, like, I don't know. It's sad to see. There's so much, things we don't know about. Like, we've talked about veterans. They live on the streets and they get treated like shit because, they serve their country. So let's treat them like shit, right? Like, fuck them, right?
Well, they have no use.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that. But I'm saying that's how it seems.
We have to admit as culture, though, that's exactly what we mean.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
We exactly mean you have no use now.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
You can deal with yourself. No one will outwardly say that. But until we as a culture are willing to pay for them to get help and to get on their feet.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
I don't mean forever. I'm not saying that you just like take them and then we pay for everything forever. I just mean we owe it to people that have served our country at a minimum.
So
to deal with it.
So I wonder, and this is, like obviously, we got, there's a homeless problem in a lot of major cities.
Right.
If we were to help those people, how many of them, I know people are like, no, they'll just get back on drugs. They'll be drinking. They'll do this. They'll do that.
Some will.
But some will. And I agree. But how many actually will actually like be like, fuck, thanks for this opportunity. Like I needed this. Right. Like it gets them back on that feet. It gets them in that mindset where they're like, damn, thank you. You gave me a place to live. All of a sudden now they're getting a job or they're doing this. And it's just like, dude, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Like you're helping this person out. I just listened to this story about St. Pierre, GSP. Mm-hmm. He was a MMA fighter, and he was bullied as a kid, and it was he had a rough life as a kid because he was bullied. And anyway, he becomes this like to this day he's considered one of the best MMA fighters ever to enter UFC. Right. Well, the guy that used to bully him, he said he would look up to because this guy was a big dude, got all the chicks. Like this is when he lived in Canada. Like, so one day he was back, home, going home to go see, family, whatever. And he sees this guy on the street, and he noticed, he's like, dude, that was the guy that bullied me. He goes, and I stopped, and I had what I had in my pocket. I had money in my pocket, and instead of being angry because of what he did to me, because I know who I am now. I could have wrecked the fuck out of this dude. I gave him the money, just like, dude, I looked up to you. Like you had so much potential. Like he gave him this like words of encouragement. And he said months went by and he went back home and his dad was like, hey man, this guy came by. I didn't give him your number because I just didn't, I didn't want that,
Right.
But he said that he ran into you and he just wanted to, he just told me to tell you that he said, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Like you really changed my life. Like I'm doing better now and it's because of you. I really appreciate that. And what GSP basically said, it was like, I could have messed this guy up. I could have held this grudge against him for the rest of my life. But like, what's that going to do for me?
Right.
Like that's nothing for me, so I felt good that I could help him in that moment. And instead of like, and so that's what I mean is like in those moments where we think something that maybe we can help someone else out, because not everyone's trying to just get that fix. Some people are actually really trying to get back on their feet.
Some people really are just in very bad
and that's
times,
that's the only thing that's hard to decipher, right? Is this person I'm about to help gonna use this to get that next fix? Or are they gonna use this because they really need to get on their feet?
And I do think that help needs to look different than what we think it needs to look like.
Yeah.
Well, that's so. Speaking of Seattle and the homeless crisis, there was a documentary made, and I think I mentioned it. I think on the podcast, and maybe not. But this guy basically, I'll get to the main point.
Was that in the Portland one?
No, it's Seattle, but it could have easily translated to Portland too. It was called Seattle is Dying, and it was. Have you seen it?
No, I remember you told me about this.
So it gets to the point. He basically says like we're condoning the criminality of drug use and doing nothing about it, and essentially allowing people to die.
Yeah,
because it feels like the more humane thing to do than just putting people in prison. And he traveled, the guy that made this documentary, he was like one of the local news anchors. He traveled over to the East Coast. They have a program through the prison system that isn't really about, retribution for crimes committed. It's really about helping people get off drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
It's like rehabilitation, but legally forced rehabilitation. So the way it's set up,
that's awesome.
If somebody's stealing and doing things, public indecency or whatever it may be that gets them locked up, assault charges, these types of things, and they're high on drugs or they're super alcoholics or whatever it may be, their life circumstances are out of control, you prosecute them.
Yeah.
You put them in prison. But what prison looks like is very different than the traditional, like, you're a bad guy and you just deserve to sit in a cell.
Yeah.
They have to start drug treatment programs. There were certain medications provided, like if you're an alcoholic, it's whatever that stuff is. It makes
probably
you
like
sick.
Evaluations. And
yeah,
shit.
I mean, they make you go do the therapy side of it, like the group sessions.
Yeah.
They make you get into that program, and if you get clean and you commit to it, they let you out early. As soon as you are healthy enough to do so. The rules of parole are you have to continue with this program after you're out.
Yeah, we'll test you and do all this shit.
The amazing thing was, statistically, if their numbers are correct, it was something like 80% of people. It went from like 90% turnover, like where people went back into the penal system, to like 80% success on the first time.
Well, I think that's all people need, that help.
Went back again and then did get clean the second time.
Yeah.
You can't. I agree that there's a level of where people get annoyed. Like, it's not a disease because
it's criminality.
I get it. At some point, somebody made a choice to start using a drug. It is a choice on some level, but stop eating sugar for a week and tell me how you're doing.
Stop drinking caffeine.
It may not make you rob somebody, but I guarantee you're going to end up eating a piece of candy or something.
Well, no, you're right. Because so, you know, when I'd smoke weed or whatever, right? And I would stop and I would because there would be periods where I would just stop and I didn't want to smoke anymore. And obviously this is different than heroin, whatever. Right. But
I get
Tom's
your
point is I stopped, and the withdrawals I had, which is I wouldn't consider them withdrawals, but they're like, I guess in a way, but your temper is a little shorter. You're a little more annoyed. You're a little more like on edge. And
right.
And so that's the same difference. If you're fucking doing heroin or fucking crack or whatever, there's those moments where you're in those, you know, your body's detoxing, your body's missing these chemicals that it's used to. So you're gonna
behaviorally.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The edge off in a way where you didn't have to deal with things the same. Now you have to deal with it all.
Exactly. So like for me, like smoking weed, I would, that was my therapy. Instead of going to see a therapist, it was fucking joint or whatever. Right. And so, yeah, so that I think that's an awesome thing where they can actually like go through a program.
Right. And that was it. There was still personal accountability. Like if you didn't follow the rules, you went to prison. But it makes no sense to just look for retribution against these people when they're not healthy.
You're bad. You're going to jail. Yeah. You've never seen the day of light.
Society-wise, like
that's going to make you worse.
I think the political parties, the way that they fight each other right now, it is such a false narrative. I am really interested in intellectual, like taxes or whatever, like where I want public money to go into not something that sounds sexy to one side or the other, but actual solutions to problems that are going to ultimately cost less.
Yeah.
And looking at causal factors, why are so many people on drugs in our country? Why are so many people alcoholics? What is making us so inherently unhappy
that we needed
that we're turn
into drugs?
Why was I personally willing to destroy my health to have shitty food all the time?
Because it's easy.
You know, I mean, that's the thing. It's
you got to think about that. Like, to eat unhealthy, to eat like shit, I can go to Burger King right now and get me a fucking fatty ass triple double Whopper for $8.99, large everything. Or I can go to Burger King, get me a chicken salad for $12.99. Well, I don't want to spend $12.99 on a salad. I want to spend $8.99 on burger, fries, and
that gets
a heart attack.
A whole other slew of issues.
Well, that's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's an addiction.
It's an addiction to the food. First and foremost, I think even above the ease is the physical dependency on the salt and sugar that our bodies inherently crave.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you throw into more effort and changing those habits. It's a daunting task. And I mean, I swear to God, like on my phone now, every day, any ad that pops up is like a Burger King ad or a McDonald's ad because I'm researching healthy eating habits.
Eat.
And it doesn't really affect me because I'm a month in. Yeah. Happy to say, I got my 1 month chip.
Hey, that's so nerdy as high five.
Hey, freeze! That's the end of the podcast right there. Yeah. The music starts. But anyway,
that'll be the clip of us high fiving. I swear to God, I'm gonna use that as our thumbnail.
Good. Anyway. We should do this hand then, so they can see our face. But I just you think about it. there's so much misery on some level in our culture. We have so much wealth, not everybody, but as a whole, so much wealth, so much power in the world, so much of all the things that you think bring happiness. But so many people are so unhappy they're turning to drugs, alcohol, food, anything to numb life, just living life.
Yeah.
What has happened in our culture where normal life is too much for us to handle?
I can tell you right now, the internet.
That's one thing.
Social media and shit. Like shit you see, like that depresses
Makes
so many.
You compare yourself.
Like that's a whole nother podcast in itself. Like social media and like how that affects people. Like you see it with your kids. You see their attention spans aren't the same. You see that they're more introverted nowadays. You see, you know what I mean? They're more they're like your kids nowadays are more of a loner than when you were a kid because they got the internet. They're got
connecting
YouTube
through the internet, and not person to person.
And I get like we're in another, like I said earlier, we're in a different time in our lives where we got to realize that technology is where it's at.
Right.
You got to either accept that or you got to accept it and move forward and figure ways to, go around that.
Compensate it.
Yeah. Instead of your kids being on phones all day, maybe limit them or whatever. And I'm guilty. My kids are on phones all day.
Too.
I can't say like, I can't preach that and say like, don't do that because my kids are playing Roblox right now,
Right.
But I mean, society, it's just so much. There's that. I think that like really fucks with kids because I think kids nowadays are dealing with like anxiety, all this stuff because they're seeing all this stuff. Everything's fucking fast, it's at the tip of your fingers.
Well, have you noticed that our culture now too is so focused on doom and destruction?
Yeah.
Every report we hear is that schools are failing, which they're not. Every report is that
every school's getting shot up,
things have been better in the past than they are now, which that's not true.
Yeah.
Everything is about how bad everything is and how much worse it's going to get versus anything ever positive saying, hey, look at the gains we've made.
Dude, the technology we have, our kids, I'm not even gonna lie to you, our kids are smarter than we've ever been in our lives.
We did not learn how to read in kindergarten.
No,
when I was in kindergarten.
Dude,
guess what your kid learns to do now in kindergarten?
My son started talking at an early age, right?
This whole thing, this pressure cooker scenario that we're placing on everybody, it's false.
Dude, your kids are learning how to read. They're learning how to do math. They're learning this shit earlier at an age than we ever.
And that's a good thing. I'm not saying awesome. That's wrong.
No, I'm just saying like we get perceived that like everything's bad.
But here's the thing, as educators and as people that work in schools, what we can't do is ever meet the expectation because we are doing everything that we can to solve whatever problem there is, but I'm not going to try to solve a fake problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach kids how to read and write and do math and do all those things. And we are pushing them harder than we ever did in the past.
Yeah.
So this idea that kids used to function so much better. No, they didn't. No. The kids that didn't function, we threw out of school.
Well, no, the way you coped as a kid was either, at least for me, was deal with it. Right. Which, obviously we tell kids deal with it. Suck it up, like, which is deal with it, same shit. But like if there's something going on, just like, you don't got to say nothing, keep it in, do all this stuff where nowadays it's so much different.
Right. It was just, tough it up.
You're in a different society now. And it took me, even myself, like a few years to kind of like not cope, but like kind of like adjust. Accept that, like, damn, you know what? We are in a different society. Technology is different. Yeah, our kids' attention spans are shorter, I feel like, than they used to be because
they are. No, it's statistically proven
because everything's just boom. You need it now. So we got that goldfish mind. Your attention span's not there. You need to hold kids.
Well, the problem with the little guys is their brain's forming.
Yeah.
So their brain's forming very differently than ours did.
Well, yeah. And
they're not forming where they can hold attention longer. So they have to learn that then when they're in school. It's 10 times harder. But
it is. Well, they don't hold that attention. Like if it's not like fast paced moving, like dum, 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 dum. Welcome to Minecraft World.
Yeah, right. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button down below.
Yeah, I mean, everything's
every
fast.
once in a while, I'm going to just throw that out in class and see the reaction.
There's like 10 fucking, you get these videos that are like 10, 15 seconds, and it's just like,
well, that's
the next video starts. Boom, next video starts.
It was Facebook, YouTube, now it's TikTok, and whatever, Facebook Shorts. And
I mean, there was before TikTok, there was Vine. It was they're like little 6-second videos. Like, I mean, you just.
But it's because they're quick and you watch them fast, and we make them. I mean,
well, I'm not gonna lie that I don't. I have to though.
But for adults, we can handle that because there's not a lot of time and whatever. But
because we grew up in a different time where it wasn't that way.
Kids, I mean, and I'm guilty of it too. Just like you said, I'm not any better than anybody else.
No.
But like, it's seriously a problem for their brains. Like they can't.
I think kids are dealing with a lot more mental health issues. There's a lot of issues kids are dealing with.
Well, they've done studies with kids and their phones, like, middle school age kids, adolescents.
I can't even say.
They get so, I don't care. I've always been the type of person, if my phone is away from me, I don't give two shits. I can flat out not care if somebody called, not care. I've not texted back for such a long time. Like, if it's not in front of me and I don't hear it, I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if we're planning to do something or whatever, I'll make sure I have my phone. But it's like,
to a point,
I don't have that need. I do it out of habit if I'm bored and it's there.
The thing I can say,
but kids aren't that way. They have social anxiety over it hardcore. But
I think something I'll end on right here is with kids, when you do take those phones away, and those like that short period of time, they're probably fiends for it. Mm-hmm. But then you'll notice this change in them.
They're happier.
In just in a day, 2 days, all of a sudden they're like figuring out to do stuff, drawing. Like my daughter, like if her phone gets taken away, she's drawing, playing with the other kids, and she's trying to do something more active, which it's like so nice because you see everything your kids about more.
It is so much better.
It is. And so you eat, and like I said, to this day, we always talk about limiting phone time, and we're still guilty of not doing that as like we should. And that's something I would love to like do. And that's something I feel as a parent is making those moments where it's like, okay, today's Sunday or today's this day. No electronics. And that goes for myself. I can't have electronics. Obviously to a point for an adult, because obviously, you there's emergencies, or if you're working, you need your phone. Like for me, I need my phone with me if I'm during the week, because obviously I have people call me. But with kids, it's like, all right, no phones today. I won't do my phone either. No games, no something. So you'll see like just these changes in kids. It's crazy. We've done it. You've seen it, with our daughter. With our daughter together.
Well, and you know what?
She's so much better for it.
But it is funny. It's like breaking an addiction. It's the same thing.
It's the same exact thing.
They go through withdrawal, and then all of a sudden they recover and they're happy.
It is.
They see the beauty of life.
It is.
Until they relapse.
Instead, their head's like this, because normally your head's here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that phone's gone. Now you're here. And you're like, oh shit, life's so
I'm
better.
fucking bored. Dad, what's up? What's going on with you today?
There's a sun. I didn't know we had sun.
Sun?
What is
that strange light coming through the window?
Oh, I can't see anything.
Yeah. It's like Helen Keller coming into the world. I don't know. I
don't know.
Anyway,
you guys have a good week. I'm just ending it like that.
It's time for a good week.
It is.
Hey, do something positive this week.
Do something positive.
Find something good. Find something happy. And live that happy moment.
You know what?
This week.
Make you and your kids throw those phones away for a day. Go do something fun with them. Or
a family day.
We used to do game nights, and I think that's something we need to get back.
Yeah, we've done.
Or even like we've all done game nights. Remember?
No.
There is something that me and my wife did yesterday. I'll end on this real quick. We did an escape room. Badass. And I think you should do that with your kids if you have one available, or with like friends, family. You would love it.
Quickly, what was the theme of this escape room?
It was there's a fucking serial killer. They cuffed us. And we had to get out of cuffs, and we had to figure out how to get the fuck out. Like there's clues.
You've been taken by the serial killer?
Yeah. So you're cuffed, and so we had to get the cuffs out, and then we had to like figure these clues out. Like
to get out of the basement or whatever.
To get out of the room you're in, right? And so everything you need is within this room.
Right. But
you don't have to like take off the floors or anything crazy like that. But like there's clues where it's like
breaking through the wall.
There's like locks. And so like some of the clues, you'll figure out the code to the lock. And like it was
like
really
Alexis and Schitt's Creek.
Dude, exactly.
Right.
Like I wasn't like a fucking savant like she was, but it was cool. But they help you with clues and stuff.
If you don't really stuck.
Yeah, there's people who watch you. So you're like, I need a clue. And they're like, look here, Clarice.
Turn around, idiot.
Yeah.
It's on the fucking door.
But I mean, it was cool. I can tell you more later. But
cool.
yeah. But anyway, you guys have a great week.
Yeah.
We love you.
It's wonderful.
We've been able to fucking use our little music. Yeah, dude. They hadn't flagged me.
Well, they better not. We pay for it.
And it's
so
fucking,
listen to it here. We pay.
I do it for like 3 seconds. So I think that's why.
Yeah.
But you guys have a fucking good week. Love you. Oh, stop.